On June 14, CNN reported that a nuclear leak is happening at the Taishan nuclear power plant in Guangdong, about 130 kilometers west of Hong Kong. The story was leaked to the US government by a French company, and Beijing has said it is not willing to shut down the plant. The Taishan nuclear power plant is located in the densely populated town of Chixi, Taishan City, only 130 kilometers away from Hong Kong and 67 kilometers away from Macau. The accident poses an imminent radiological threat to the surrounding population. At a regular press conference on June 15, Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman Zhao Li-jian said, "At present, the condition of the Taishan nuclear power plant meets the requirements of the technical specifications, and the level of radiation around the plant is not abnormal and safety is guaranteed." French company Framatome, which is involved in operating the nuclear power plant, initially contacted the U.S. Department of Energy in late May to reveal potential problems at the Taishan plant. It then sent 2 urgent letters to the U.S. government on June 3 and 8, saying that the Chinese reactor was leaking inert gases caused by fission. It officially requested U.S. consent for Framatome to share with China the U.S. technology for dealing with nuclear leaks, citing the radioactive threat as imminent. Framatome said that the Chinese government has deliberately raised leak standards to keep nuclear power plants operating after leaks. In August 2019, the Chinese company that operates the Taishan nuclear power plant, China General Nuclear Power Corporation, was blacklisted in the U.S. for attempting to acquire advanced U.S. technology and materials and passing them on for military use by the CCP. On June 16, China's National Nuclear Safety Administration admitted for the first time that Unit 1 of the Taishan nuclear power plant did have a fuel rod breakage, but did not admit to any radiation leak. It also issued a written statement stating that the increase in radioactivity in Unit 1 was mainly related to fuel rod breakage. In its statement, NNSA said there are more than 60,000 fuel rods in the core of Unit 1 at the Taishan power plant. The number of broken fuel rod casings is estimated to be about 5. A small number of broken fuel rods during the operation of the nuclear power unit is a common phenomenon. The Taishan nuclear power plant in Guangdong was built in October 2009 using the third-generation European pressurized water reactor designed by France. It is the first practical application of this new nuclear technology in the world. As a joint venture project, the Taishan power plant is 70% owned by China General Nuclear Power Corporation and 30% by EDF. Framatome, EDF's subsidiary, is involved in the management and operation of the Taishan nuclear power plant. The Taishan nuclear power plant has been rumored to have had several engineering quality and nuclear leakage accidents since it was first put into service in 2018. Back then, China's National Nuclear Safety Administration confirmed that the pressure vessel top cover of Unit 1 of the Taishan nuclear power plant had an excessive carbon content. Huang Qiping, a former nuclear physicist at China's Ministry of Nuclear Industry, said the excessive carbon content of the pressure vessel top cover could cause an explosion with disastrous consequences. High-carbon steel, which is inherently brittle, is not a simple problem of slow leakage, but a problem that could result in an explosion. In April 2021, China's Foreign Minister Zhao Li-jian posted a sketch of a Chinese illustrator's satirical work mocking the Fukushima nuclear contamination in Japan. If Framatome's report is confirmed, the current level of external radiation at the Taishan nuclear power plant has reached 3 times that of Fukushima. Scott Harold, a senior political scientist at the RAND Corporation, a U.S. think tank, told the Voice of America, "I think the real challenge for China is to get outsiders to trust China's handling of this incident or even its account of it. Maybe nothing happened. But unfortunately, the Chinese system is very much about controlling the information and controlling the narrative, and there's no independent voice, and that really weakens the ability to determine what happened." Harold said there have been many incidents in China where the authorities have been highly opaque in their handling of incidents or crises, such as the outbreak of the new coronavirus in Wuhan, which eventually spread worldwide, and the collapse of school buildings in the 2008 Wenchuan earthquake. Some analysts believe that there are many suspicions about the leak, the biggest one being the way the CCP is handling it. It is speculated that France might have reported the incident to the US so to get its approval to share the particular new technology with the CCP. Two accidents occurred at the Taishan nuclear power plant in February 2021. The Western media consulted with experts on how to deal with these problems, as described by Framatome. It turns out to be simple. Shut down the power plant for repairs. It is a way of dealing with the problem without the new US technology. But Framatome also stressed that the CCP was unwilling to shut down the nuclear power plants, exposing tens of millions of people in Guangdong and Hong Kong to the risk. It seems to be coercing Washington to come up with a response. It is too early to tell what's going on, but this speculation is probably in keeping with the long-term practice of the CCP stealing massive amounts of advanced technology from the West. The Chernobyl nuclear power plant in the Soviet Union used to be a national pride and was once known as the safest and most reliable nuclear power plant in the world. However, the Chernobyl nuclear leak that occurred in 1986 released more than 400 times the radiation of the Hiroshima bomb in World War II. The toxic cloud of radiation even drifted to Western Europe and North America, where more than 300,000 residents were evacuated. During this period, the former Soviet government engaged in the same massive cover-up and suppression of the truth. Former Soviet General Secretary Mikhail Gorbachev even said that the Chernobyl accident was the real trigger for the collapse of the Soviet Union 5 years later.